Hello, everyone. Welcome yourselves back to the YouTube channel. Back with another Lost Ollie review, the penultimate episode, and one of the finest pieces of media I've ever witnessed. Um, I have watched so many movies and so many TV shows, played so many video games, and this one was just this show. I've watched all four episodes, and it's just absolutely so good. This episode alone, I think, was the weakest of the four. But we'll dive into it. We'll speak about why I think that, and I hope you enjoy the series regardless. And I intend to do an entire season review as well, so stay tuned for that. So let me know down below your thoughts on episode three, and we will be reviewing episode four shortly. So subscribe, like, and spoilers ahead. Let's dive into episode three of Lost Ollie. Enjoy. So Lost Ollie episode 3 is 90% of a flashback back to the 60s/70s, and then we also get the resolution to what took place at the end of episode 2. So if you don't know what happened in episode 2, watch episode 2 or go and see my review of episode 2 of Lost and Ollie. I say episode 2 a lot. I keep saying episode 2, so I'm gonna stop saying it. So episode 3 was cool in the sense of it gave us that backstory at Carnival. I sort of predicted this. And what was intriguing about this, the entire, the first two episodes, I thought Nina was a kid. And, we saw a kid obviously after the first ever meeting of Nina and um, Zozo. And for me, Zozo got attached real quick. Zozo was weirdly flirting with this Nina dancer character, Asian styled doll thing. Um, from afar, he was this. He had springs and he was attached to it with a guitar and he was getting balls thrown at him, like your generic carnival things. And people were way too accurate, I gotta say. But my main thing with this was he got way too attached. This was my biggest flaw with the entire show. He was so, because we saw at the end of episode 2, he's so violent with Ollie. He wants to kill Ollie because of Nina, who he spent, 10 minutes with? And then obviously there was a time skip to 1970 of where they were auctioning things off. It was a couple of years after, obviously the carnival were doing bad, so they decided to auction off these rare valuables. This young girl came up to the auction, was running out of money, but ultimately her dad got her the Nina doll. So this is where his anger went crazy. Well, not anger. He was so wanting to catch up with Nina, and the it was confusing because we thought it was a person, but then we found out it was a doll. And obviously, it makes sense because of the bell inside. Ollie is one of the bells, um, from Nina because you can hear the noise, and that's what Zozu is annoyed about. He believes Ollie's been here, but it's because all the two connections coming together in this flashback. The girl, the dad, and Nina, they went away, and it was impossible for Zozo to ever catch up. And it gave us this montage of, looking for Nina, traveling far, finding Rosie and building her and putting it together and giving her new legs. But then we saw his darker side, the side we saw at the end of episode 2 of Zozo ripping animals apart because he was so angry and depressed and let down that he could not find Nina. And he went to the toy shop, or the charity shop as you would call it. All his old friends for the fair were there. They would all been sold by the time he returned. So he gave up. He gave into this feeling of never being able to find Nina. And it was such a hard watch at times because, yeah, it was a really stupid reason, but he got so attached to this doll and this toy that he was so hoping that one day he would find her. And ultimately, he did not find Nina. And it's for that very reason he gets angry, he gets lost, he feels like he has lost everything in life. And I think it, for me, his character had so many levels and strength, and that's why he is, where he shows Ollie, he's underneath that bit, so no one can find him, no one ever wants to take him, no one ever wants to buy him. He is just given in, and it's probably 50 years later. Is it 50 years later? I don't know. I don't know when it's set. That's the issue because this is in the 70s, and without giving obviously the reveal away, in episode 4 you find out who the girl is. Um, so yeah, that whole flashback scene was cute and nice, but I think the motives were a bit over the top, in my opinion, if you want me to be completely honest. And then we go back to the present of where basically Zozu's going to kill Ollie. Rosie puts a plan in place to basically help Ollie escape. He escapes. They work together. Zozu goes crazy, and then there's this big fight that ends the episode on a cliffhanger with him falling into the water. So overall, it was a good episode with good moments that fleshed out Zozu's character, that saw the good in Rosie's character, and it was just so this episode basically offers us I don't know, to be honest. It's a good episode. I just think Zozo's motives are very poor. It's 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 the biggest letdown of the series because no one in the right mind would be this angry about someone they just knew for a small period of time. If they had known, if he had known Nina for, you know, weeks and months and years, you'd get it. But he knew her for a very short period of time. Well, that's what the show made out at least. And, episode 4, I think, goes in a much better direction, a much stronger direction. But I think this leads us into what um it just helps us lead into a better direction. Obviously, Billy also he gets ran off. He ran away from the security guard in this episode as well, so he does not come across Ollie, and you'll find out more in episode 4. But overall, an okay episode that should have been better, and the motive should have been higher. But I love the reveal that Nina was not a person; it was a doll, and you got to see a nicer side to Rosie because she was simply terrified of going up against Zozu because of what he did for her. So yeah, a great episode, and I'm very excited to jump into the episode 4 review soon, as well as the series review where I'll give a full rundown of what I thought about everything. So stay tuned for both of those videos. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for my final few videos. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Lost Ollie has been a big surprise to me. When I saw the trailer, I didn't know what to expect. It definitely intrigued me, definitely excited me. But it has gone above and beyond anything I could have ever expected. So stay tuned for episode 4 review. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and of course, check out my other videos and reviews. And be sure to await some of my most exciting reviews coming soon. Your Lord of the Rings is, your House of the Dragons, your Walking Dead, those sorts of shows. So stay tuned for them, and I so hope you return in the future. Until then, goodbye.